name is Aaron, and she touched.
Isolated showers.
Her name is Aaron, and she touched.
F-O-R.
Her name is Erin, and she talks.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
I know previously you've stated that Timefuck and Isaac are connected in more ways than just the Steven boss, and I wondered if you meant plot-wise or if you were mentioning the items in reference to the game or the phrase at the end of Isaac's ending.
That's just too much information for me to respond to.
I know, I don't even know what it was. You've stated
No, I know what they're asking.
Okay.
But I'm saying I can't respond to it.
Oh, sorry.
Because there's just... yeah. There's a connection.
How many storylines are there in Timefuck?
Storylines, eh? Well, technically there's an infinite number of storylines. There are an infinite number of storylines. But in the game... well, there's still quite a few. I have no idea. There are too many. There are an infinite number of storylines in Timefuck. That's the answer.
Was Timefuck inspired by any real-life event?
It was inspired by many real-life events. It was initially inspired by my high school reunion, which was depressing and odd. And basically, like, I went there kind of with, like, the attitude of, like... Because I think at that point, I was starting development, Super Meat Boy, and we got our first, it wasn't a review, it was a preview in Nintendo Power. And I had the Nintendo Power, like, in the car. And I was thinking, like, you know...
We weren't going to bring it in, but we had it.
We had it in case. I don't know what. In case of something. They're of course, you know, high school, they were little bitches, you know, actually that's what it was. The girl who threw the whole thing was a huge bitch to me in high school, and she told me that, like...
She was a bitch on Facebook,
Yeah,
too.
she was a bitch on Facebook, too. And she was the one that told me in high school that if I didn't learn to be social, I was going to fail at life. And so there was a part of me that wanted to show her that, because, you know, no one knows shit about anybody and what the fuck they're doing after the fact. But we go there, and we get there, and it was like, most people were already drunk, and everybody was just trapped. Everybody was trapped in the same box that they were in high school. And that's, it's as simple as it sounds. That was the idea. Like, me going to my high school reunion and realizing that everybody had placed themselves in this weird little self-imposed box that they were still in high school, a lot of them. They were the same people that they were. They didn't progress past that level. And they were really depressed about it. And they were I just got this bizarre, like, vision of all these people depressed and slumped against walls, drinking, stuck in the reality that they gave themselves.
Yeah, if you've ever... It's like being anywhere where you're not drunk and everyone else is drunk. It's the most depressing thing in the world.
There's some people crying.
Oh, God, yeah.
It was awful. And it was weird because it seemed frustrating because it seems like the exit was right there. Like, it was right there, but they just simply couldn't turn their head to look for it. And so they just accepted defeat, and they just, well, you know, I had a kid, and I'm working this shitty job, and I got a divorce, and
But you did it.
and that was it. And like they just accepted defeat, and there was something just so awful about that. And it made me start questioning, first I'm like, oh, these people are all stuck in their boxes, and then I go to work, and I'm working with somebody who's stuck in his own box too. And I suddenly realize, as I'm working on this game, that I'm stuck in this box. And I've been stuck in this box with this person for years, just doing nothing, and being incredibly unproductive. And like, it should have ended a long time ago, but I accepted defeat. I accepted that this was just the limitations of my career, and they were dependent on this person, and I needed to stick with this person in order to succeed. And it was actually that game that made me realize that, like, I can change my future as long as I have the perspective to do so. And that's exactly what Time Fuck was about. It was about being stuck in a loop, being stuck in a self-imposed box, and not having the perspective to see that the door is right there. You just have to switch perspectives.
Could you detail the creative process of Time Fuck? You said you were inspired by high school reunion, but how did you come to make the final game? Did you have a different art style in mind at one point when you were inspired by something else?
The art style, quite literally, is just because I was working on so many different things. Like I had mentioned, I was working in an office situation where I was working on a bunch of different games with this other person, and nothing was getting done, but I was still working a lot. I was working all through the day, and then I would come home and work at night on my personal projects like Spure and Time Fuck that year. And I was about to start Super Meat Boy, so like I'm prepping all these things, getting all these things finished. And when I jumped into Time Fuck, I realized that I wasn't going to have a lot of time to work on it. So I made the most basic art style possible. Everybody was doing silhouette shadow games, like Limbo and stuff, but this was before Limbo. But there was a lot of games like that back then. And it was such an easy out, and I needed an easy out for this one. So I went with a pixelated, semi-pixelated, silhouette art style, so I didn't have to do a lot of work for it. I felt like the theme and the mood of the game was going to carry itself, like one of the like what's that movie, Dogville? Yeah. Like where I felt like the theme of the game was going to fill in the gaps of the fact that I didn't put a lot of effort into the actual art. So that's kind of where the art came from. It didn't really.
It still looks good though. All the colors and the levels are really complementary.
Why? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Was there a second part to that question?
No.
Okay.
You answered it all. What sort of thoughts did you put into Steven's character design?
The thoughts were, I wanted him to be a black character, but I needed you needed to be able to see his eyes and mouth.
Yeah.
That's about as far as it went.
Like why Mario has gloves.
Exactly. That's why Mario has gloves. I wanted him to be black because I needed him to change with the same silhouette since he was black. But I needed you to be able to see his eyes and mouth so I could have him talk and be expressive in some way.
And somehow still expressive with that.
Yeah. And that's it. It was just like Mario. I had limitations and I had to work around them, so I went with that.
This question is breaking my brain. Do you think that Time Fuck would be the same game if you removed the story from it? Also, if there is one, what is the theme behind Time Fuck?
Well, I think I've answered the theme.
Okay.
I've covered that. If there was no theme, would Time Fuck still be the game it is? No. Not at all. I mean, the game's just a puzzle game.
It wouldn't make you feel all terrible and creeped out.
The game is just a puzzle game, like any other repetitive room-to-room puzzle game. But the theme is what gives it substance. It gives the whole room-to-room box, locked-in-a-box puzzle theme, substance. Like, it gives it a whole point.
What were those things that I was reading that you wrote?
What? That's the chapter 2.
Ed wrote all these new things that, like, messages, and I read them, I think, the day before my birthday, and it bummed me out so much. Made me feel like, well, we're all just gonna die.
Yeah. Well,
might as well die.
And you can feel that way too. All you have to do is beat the game, and it'll unlock chapter 2.
It's so fun.
And you'll get to experience a whole new view on the whole game.
A whole new terrible feeling.
Hmm.
How does one pronounce time fuck? Honestly, how?
I don't know. I can't figure that out.
I know. Yeah. See, people. I know you see time Fcuk and all sorts of other variations. It's just time fuck.
Yeah.
You can just get away with mixing the words up because
there was actually a whole long
to do
thing about that. Like, I wanted to use profanity in a title, but I wanted to use it in a way that was okay. And people always put asterisks and whatever else. Like, you could say cunt, but you could just put the, 2 letters in the middle as asterisks and then it's, it's somehow okay. It's the most idiotic, impossibly idiotic way of thinking. It doesn't make any it's the same word. It means the same thing, and all you're doing, everybody's reading it like that. Yeah, it's just like, it's completely retarded that people censor words like that in that way when it's just going to be read in someone's head as exactly what it's supposed to be.
Just like how in Meat Boy, you could get away with Dr. Fetus flipping off because he technically has 4 fingers. He's still flipping off. Yeah,
it's weird, and I also thought it would be fun to see if anybody had any problem with it, because by this illogical rule that everybody's put in place, it doesn't the word doesn't mean the same thing.
There's been no problem
because it's been rearranged. So, but no, there was.
Oh, there was?
Yeah, that was the whole thing. So
was it the lady?
Yeah, I forget what website it was, but it was like a Flash review website, and they did a review of the game, and somebody actually commented and said, my little son visits this website, and he's very upset by the language used. And they're like, sorry, we'll change it. And all they did was they were, of course, there was a lot of people who were in on the joke. And all they did was re-scramble the word again and put the K first. Then it was okay. Then it was totally fine. And I think Congregate actually had a problem with the spelling as well, so I spelled it with the C instead, even though it's the same goddamn word. It was pretty cool, though, when Timefuck won a Mochi Award. It won the most creative game of, I think, 2009. And the head guy at Congregate, when he read the award for winning, he read it as Timefuck, knowing what the whole joke was.
He didn't just want to sound like an idiot.
No, I think he got it the whole time, and I think I actually talked to him about it a little bit, and it was really cool that he actually read it off. But yeah, it's Timefuck.
Why did Timefuck get no love until now?
Timefuck got a lot of love, I think.
Well, I think it's brought more, Isaac has definitely brought more attention to it because of Steven.
Yeah.
And you love Steven now. People love Steven.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's as simple as the fact that, in 2009, no one gave a fuck about who I was or anything that I'd done. A handful of people did. And then Meat Boy happened, and then Isaac happened, and then suddenly, a majority of people it's the whole point of releasing this whole pack. Like, majority of people who own the games that I've made think that I've made 2 games when I've made a lot more. I mean, there's about 12 games that aren't in this pack. And, those games suck.
They say that even though in Indie Game the Movie it clearly says Edmund has made like a jillion games for this.
You should glaze over that part. But yeah, I think it got a substantial amount of love when it came out. It got a lot of attention. A lot of people cared and really liked it a lot. And it was the last Flash game, last freeware game that I made before Meat Boy, like right before Meat Boy.
And I would like to point out, I've also heard people say that this game reminds them of V. This game came out a year before V.
That's true.
So you are mistaken.
But it's not like Terry had it. Terry never played it, I don't think, and because he had been developing.
Oh yeah, it's not. This is the same like Ogmo Super Meat Boy thing. We legitimately never heard of Ogmo.
Yeah.
Or Runner. And I still don't know what it is. Don't show it to me.
Jumper is the name of the game.
What's Runner? Bit Trip.
Good job.
I'm cool. I know that stuff. What specifically about TimeFuck makes it reflective of your style? What would be different about it if another company were in charge of the same project?
Nothing would be the same. Absolutely nothing. Well, it would have a different name.
You'd be a little baby and somebody would wipe your butt.
It wouldn't be anything like it. I don't even know how to respond to that. It would be not remotely the same in any way, shape, or form.
But what about cunt?
It would be the same.
Yeah. The dick would be bigger.
It would be called man cunt. And it would be
you knock the dust off of it.
it'd be produced by Rockstar, and they would get away with it. Man cunt 2. The more you hold down the mouse button,
the more violently you fuck it.
Yes.
This question has probably been asked before. But why is the title of the game TimeFuck when the game doesn't really involve time manipulation?
It doesn't involve time, and it does actually.
Has anyone asked that question before?
It has been asked, I think.
Oh, good gracious.
Good grief. Okay, so number one, yes, it does. The game does have to do with time manipulation. Because time only exists in the plane that you're currently in, and that's actually part of the gameplay mechanic. But that wasn't the reason why it's called TimeFuck. It's called TimeFuck because I was wasting my fucking time in the box.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's about wasting your time, and it's also about repeating. It's also about going back and revisiting, and then coming back. It's about a large span of time being burned away doing nothing because you're stuck in the box. But at times, you reflect and revisit your past self, and then maybe see your future self projected in some way, and it loops, and just like life.
I have my own question.
Tell me.
How do you explain the deep underlying tone of misogyny in TimeFuck?
I'd say the absence of women in the game pretty much sum it up.
I would feel like a strong woman if you could put a bow on his head and I could play as a girl.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll just give him really big boobs. With faces on each of the boobs.
But then I'll get a boner and I'll be mad.
Mad boners are the best boners. For hating women.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it.
Alright, thank you for interviewing me.
You're welcome. I love you.
Love you too.